What do we have for Taurus? Four of Cups, Cancer energy at the foundation of the reading, Taurus. Before I began your reading, I wrote down a phrase. It just came to me out of nowhere. The struggle of repeating the past again takes a lot more effort than to heal yourself in the here and now. There's something that you're on the precipice of completing here, but there's also this great effort to pull you back into a cycle that you're seemingly about to graduate on from. We quite often talk about us having these dips in our energy right before we have a win, right before we hit a peak. And this is one of those times, Taurus. There's someone or something, could be multiple people, that want you to give up on something. You may be feeling a bit down, kind of depressed out of nowhere. And it's frustrating because here you are, getting ready to pull through some sort of win or completion in your life. It could just be an energy of you stepping to the next timeline and there's a setback. This Four of Cups at the foundation of the reading is really indicating a what's it all for anyway? What difference is it going to make? I feel like this is the energy that is trying to devour you, is what I just heard. Ooh. So it's like this apathetic energy that wants you to give up on yourself and not push for better. And the reason why this is happening, Taurus, is because I feel this energy is threatened by this win that you're about to have in your life. There's a whole new direction that's been carved out for you by the divine, but you have to take this final step forward and reach out and embrace the blessing that is already here for you. It's very clear, right? Hand of God handing you something here. But there's this energy of apathy that has overwhelmed you. And then there's this divine white horse flying in to carry you to the new timeline, clearly indicating that you have a lot of support around you. And there's a lot of energies. Just heard there's a lot of spirits that are cheering you on right now, Taurus. Now would be a great time to take a deep breath, maybe take a time out for a moment, have a day to yourself so you can think without the influence of others around you. I do feel that there is something around you that is influencing you, whether it's another individual, situation, or event you're dealing with. It could be your own behavioral patterns. It could be an addiction for some of you, food or whatnot. There's just so many different things I'm picking up on. But whatever this is, I feel that on a gut level, you know that it needs to go in order to transition into this new timeline. What do we have the sacral, please? Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy at the sacral. And this goes along with everything I'm picking up here, Taurus. There's this energy of healing that is flooding through for you right now, but it's almost as if you're putting it to the side. There's very much an energy that wants to support you here, but it's as if you're not taking the initiative. There's something that's steering your focus away from yourself right now. There's this need for calm and emotional security as a means to make this decision that you're being guided to make, which really speaks on the distraction that's coming through, right? There's something here that's trying to get you out of sorts, so to speak. Something is trying to use some kind of veiled distractions. I don't know if I've ever said that before, but it makes sense, especially if it's coming from individuals that you deem as close to you. They're distracting you, but they're veiling it so you don't notice what it is they're trying to do. But there's something deceptive taking place there. It's as if the distractions have been crafted as a means to keep you from something here. Taurus, this is very much an energy of you preparing to step into this whole new chapter of your life, but something is coming for you. Something is trying to anchor you to the past. The plot thickens. Anchoring you to the past. Let's continue. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? King of Swords. Wow. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy at the solar plexus. And in this depiction, it's like these two individuals are reporting back to the King of Swords, and it almost looks like they're being scolded, right? They don't look happy. The King of Swords here is probably telling them off or angry with them. This is the impression I get from this card. And there's this baby. It seems so out of place. And it's behind the king's throne, almost as if the king is hiding it. Oh, wow. I've never looked at this card this way. See how there's that sword sitting right in front of the baby? It's almost as if to say that sword belongs to that baby, but obviously the baby can't lift up that heavy sword, right? I feel like this baby is metaphorically you, Taurus. It's like an energy is trying to keep you anchored to the past so you don't move forward, step into your power, and pick up that heavy sword and drive forward into this new timeline, standing fully in your power and your confidence, right? It's like an energy, and it's right there at the solar plexus, which is all related to your confidence and your personal power. It is the chakra that indicates drive, right? Solar plexus energy is Aries, Scorpio, Mars energy. There's somebody here, Taurus, something that is trying to stop you from stepping into your power. And I feel that these two individuals are a part of this. These could be the individuals that are trying to do things to distract you. And they're reporting back to this king, right? The ringleader, so to speak. Getting a strong masculine energy here, despite it being the King of Swords, which is a masculine energy. I can almost see the person's face. I see an elderly man with a beard in my mind's eye. But it could also indicate an individual or individuals that were some kind of authority figures in your life at one point in time. It could also be female. So take it as it fits, but there's just a real strong indication of you carving out your own path away from this energy. So obviously it can very much have to do with family dynamics. Okay, I just heard for some of you, it even has to do with careers. You breaking away, taking a different path. But it's like this energy wants to keep you weak. Again, I keep hearing it, wants to keep you anchored to the past so you don't fully step into your power. Picking up an energy of victimization here as well. Doesn't want you to heal, right? You know, what I've learned on my path, Taurus, is that a lot of the times we'll go through these dynamics with narcissistic individuals that want to victimize us. And they're not sorry they do it. They actually enjoy us being a victim because they know that if they can make a victim out of us, we will remain living in the past, anchored to the past. Based off of all of these narcissistic tactics they utilized against us, which now have caused us to become a victim. Playing the victim or feeling sorry for ourselves actually deepens pain and prevents healing of these emotional scars. The horrible reality of victimization can actually be prolonged when we dwell on it unnecessarily, and in doing so, we remain the victim, reinforcing powerless feelings. So we have this conflicting energy right here at the solar plexus. Here you are preparing to step into your power, and then this energy of victimization is what is holding you back from actually taking this leap forward. It's like you're being attacked with your own shadow, Taurus. And these outside individuals or entities is what I just heard. So that can speak about these individuals being tentacles of some sort of devilish energy, are triggering all of these shadow traits so you remain stuck. You know, this is not easy, Taurus, especially for a fixed sign, which you are. I'm a Scorpio, so I'm also a fixed sign. Now I also have Leo in my chart, which is another fixed sign. So I know how hard it is to change. I know how hard it is to break out of these patterns because I've done it. But it took me a very long time. It took years. Now, when I look back, I can see things from a higher vantage point. So if I had the sight that I have now, I would have been able to do it sooner. But if I can somehow help you to see from this different perspective what's going on here energetically, then we should be able to get you to charge forward and step into this new beginning without any more delay. You just have to understand, Taurus, that your evolution is threatening. Otherwise, why would so much effort be put into stopping this growth? You know, narcissists are threatened by people's growth because they lack the ability to be able to grow themselves. So rather than put effort, time, and energy into healing themselves so they can evolve and grow spiritually, they would rather hold other individuals back. Crab in a barrel mentality. What do we have at the heart, please? Wow. Nine of Swords, Gemini energy at the heart. And this illustration says it all, Taurus. You guys could be up at night, waking up with hot sheets, right? Hot bed is what I call it. Having crazy dreams. You can't even make any sense of them. I heard some of you are waking up with headaches as well. But this is that energy. It's like it's closing in on you because it can feel you breaking away. And this is what happens, right? Spiritual evolution is not a peaceful process. It's very violent. It's very difficult. You're breaking away from spiritual chains that have binded you for a lifetime. And it's even more challenging because we can't see it. It's all taking place in the spirit. So here you are up at night having these wild dreams. Thoughts are racing. This is an energy of anxiety. And it's right there at the heart chakra, right? So this reading is about you breaking blockages wide open at your heart chakra, right? So this is you holding on to what this individual or these individuals did to you, the victimization. That's what you're trying to break free from right now. The divine is fighting a battle for you in spirit, but you need to know that you are not going crazy, okay? Because this is quite literally what is coming for you. And the only way you defeat this is by charging forward in power. You see, Taurus, what you need to understand here is that these energies can't actually touch you, right? They can just get you to self-sabotage, which isn't hard to do, right? Here's that energy of self-sabotage right there. You're not taking any action. You're just sitting there in the energy of, oh, what's it all for anyway, right? But your power is so close to you, so close. There it is. Right below your feet. And this is clearly indicating that these individuals, whoever this represents for you, are trying to keep you from something that they know you are destined for. Now, from my own experience, when people try to do this, it's because your destiny is of some threat to them. There's typically some sort of exposure surrounding who these individuals truly are. And as we can see here, we have a pretty good understanding of what you're dealing with here. So you finally being able to reach down and pick up that sword, which is just representing raw power. It's an energy of victory that once you step into this position, Taurus, it's going to put the spotlight on them, however that resonates for you in your life. I just heard it. It's like a house of cards. These individuals live in constant danger of ruin. And you, Taurus, are the one card that dictates how all of this turns out. What do we have at the throat, please? Wow. If there was going to be a card to illustrate a house of cards, it would be the Two of Pentacles. At the throat. You're not even aware of this. You don't even know how much power you hold, Taurus. I just heard so clearly that you control the balance in this situation. I also just heard you are the timekeeper. Two of Pentacles is also an energy of time management. It can be an energy of trying to keep things balanced, but there is a kind of struggle there. And this Two of Pentacles with this, well, it looks like a belt, right? Whenever I see this, I think of a car, right? Those are the pulleys, and that's like the timing belt or something, right? And you're standing there in the middle. So you're seemingly the one that's keeping all of this in balance. But you don't know this, right? I just heard you're just doing what you've always done. But the one thing that breaks this cyclical cycle is by releasing this anchor that we picked up on, picking up that metaphorical sword and charging forward. It breaks the cycle. It ends something here. You know, a really basic example of this, just to bring it back down to earth for a second here, it's like you really having a level up in your life, and then individuals outside of the situation start to recognize that once you broke away from these energies here, this level up took place. So it puts a spotlight on them, right? Now, a lot of you out there have dealt with things like this already in your life. You've cut friends, family, exes out of your life, and everything just seemingly starts to get back in the flow. Everything is starting to evolve again. It's a similar kind of energy, but this is monumental. This is one of those times in your life, Taurus, where you truly are at a point where you're being given an option to continue down the path you are on or make a hard right. And that hard right is what leads you directly to your destiny. So you can very much do what you've always done and keep expecting some sort of change to come through in your life and be constantly let down, or you can actually take the power back here. And this is a strong message. I feel it in the energy because the astrology is supporting you here, Taurus. So it's one of those times where if you actually take the effort to do this, it's going to be easier than, say, a time that you may have tried it in the past, or if you wait any longer. There just seems to be a lot of support for you here. So you're being encouraged to try whatever this is here again, because this time you're going to have a breakthrough. What do we have at the third eye, please? Wow. 6 of Swords at the third eye. Your rite of passage follows everything I just said perfectly. It's all here. It's like here's the divine, right? Ferrying you to this new timeline. And see this child here, right? Well, first of all, I feel like that's you there. And this child, I feel, is your inner child, right? There's some sort of, oh, wow. For a lot of you, this does have to do with family dynamics. There's some sort of inner childhood wounding that the divine is trying to heal you from right now, right? It's right behind this King of Swords. Somebody here wants you to be consumed by this for the rest of your life. But now we're starting to see this little boy is growing up. So it's like here you are, you're healing, you're transitioning away from this pain. You're healing this heartbreak, whatever this is. There's some sort of separation here that needs to take place in order for you to do this. Both of these cards indicate grief, but you're overcoming it right here. And everything that I'm picking up here is all housed in your heart chakra. All the chakras are working in tandem, but I feel the epicenter is right there at your heart chakra. You know, we call that a blocked heart chakra. And when people hear that, they think, well, I don't have a blocked heart. I love this and I love that. But that's actually not what it means. A blocked heart chakra is when you're holding on to so much pain from the past that it causes you to have trust issues on your path. So now you're not letting people in. Maybe you're pushing opportunities away that could help you elevate just based off of your demeanor. It's an energy you're giving off. And this is not easy to overcome, Taurus, especially when you've gone through a level of wounding like this. I mean, this is deep. This is all represented by these swords here. So it's cut right down to your core. But it's time to dig this out. This isn't serving you. And you have to understand that in matters of love, when people hold on to this energy, they're essentially allowing that person that may have hurt them or broken their heart to hold them back in the here and now. So it's like that person may as well still be a part of your life, right? This is why it's really important to make sure that you take the necessary steps to heal yourself so you can move on in a healthy manner and not punish other individuals that want to come into your life with either opportunities or new love, whatever it may be. Don't carry it with you, because now what you're doing is causing that new person, that new opportunity, or that new energy to be tainted by this narcissist, right? So it's like you're a carrier. You're carrying spiritual disease and spreading it to opportunities and to other individuals. A lot of the times when people hear it put that way, it kind of has a way of allowing you to see things from a different perspective. I know when I first started to understand it like that, it changed my life. It really just allowed me to really move on in many areas of my life. This is what I'm picking up for you here, Taurus. And the Six of Swords is right here at the third eye. Third eye is all related to how you're perceiving and receiving your reality. So you're in this energy now where you are manifesting your own reality. And it's usually situations like this that allow you to really see just how powerful of a manifester you truly are. What do we have at the crown, please? Eight of Wands, Sag energy at the crown. Perfect way to close out this first row, Taurus, because now we're seeing this energy of acceleration, right? There's a lot of movement. It's almost as if, for a lot of you, you're going to hear exactly what we've channeled through for you, and it's going to give you that needed encouragement to push through. It's kind of like having a light bulb moment. It's like an aha moment, right? It's like you snap out of it and wake up. And then you start charging forward. Eight of Wands. Six of Swords, Eight of Wands. Both of these cards indicate movement. And see how this angel is throwing that arrow back, right? The attacks no longer work. You're deflecting the energy. And I feel like this is representative at this crown position of the divine protecting you. But protection comes through when you allow it, and you allow it by taking the necessary step forward and allowing the divine to meet you halfway, right? So the divine can't come and pick you up. They can just encourage you and say, hey, this is what we got for you. When you're ready, let us know. That's how the divine works, because as you know, we have free will. So we can't be forced to do anything. We can just be encouraged. We can be shown a better way. And hopefully you get the memo. Hopefully you receive the download and the message, which is also Eight of Wands energy. Could be that a lot of you hear this reading and this is the download for you. It just has a way of confirming everything that you've been feeling. What do we have at the foundation, please? Nine of Swords again, but this time you are the archer, right? You're sending those arrows back. Gemini energy with this Nine of Swords at the foundation of the reading. So there's this energy of recovery coming through. It's an energy of healing. So you go from being in this apathetic energy, oh, what's it all for anyway, to getting the message, right? And now here you are taking back the power, standing in your power. Causes great battles and wars. So you're now fighting back, right? You're engaging in spiritual battle. And see how that's pointing directly to that demon, right? Nine of Swords, 99. It's like you're on the precipice of something. What do we have at the sacral, please? Too many cards. What do we have at the sacral, please? Lovers, Zephyr, Gemini energy again. I feel like this is you facing off with this energy. It doesn't have to be literal, but could just be you not allowing yourself to be held back by this energy anymore. This Lovers from this particular deck, I read as an energy of having misaligned values, but there's a realization of this now. You understand that there's something much deeper going on here, that the universe hasn't forgotten about you, but there's been some sort of effort, there's been some sort of plan put in place here. Something has been devised. But this is an energy here of arguments. You're overcoming this imbalance, right? You're no longer allowing yourself to be victimized by whatever this energy is here that I'm picking up for you. It's an energy of you standing fully in your power, standing up for yourself. You know, something else that really helped me, Taurus, when I was going through things very similar to this in my own life, was having a different perception around what my higher self was, right? I started to perceive my higher self as separate from who I am here in this very moment, in the material, right? I started to perceive my higher self as almost like my big brother that's guiding me. It's still me, but it's the evolved version of me. And when I was able to perceive my higher self as separate from the person that I am in the here and now, it allowed me to embrace myself, accept myself for all my shortcomings, have love and empathy for myself, not beat myself up anymore. And this perception of perceiving your higher self as separate from you has a really deep impact on helping you heal these shadow elements of yourself. Because when you're able to step outside of yourself and get into this kind of perspective, it allows you to see things much clearer. It's almost like looking at your life through the eyes of the universe, which is something that I quite often mention. It's so effective, right? Just stop what you're doing, right, for a moment, and just close your eyes, sit down, and go into a meditative state. Imagine yourself as though you're looking down over your life through the eyes of the universe, through the eyes of God. Really has a way of helping you to overcome some pretty big obstacles in your life, Taurus. So this is what I'm picking up here for you. This is big energy, Taurus. This is a huge elevation that you are preparing to take. And I feel that if you're able to implement some of these tools, so to speak, that I'm channeling through for you here and suggesting, I think that you'll find yourself beginning to move forward in confidence and power, and quite quickly as well, based off of the energy that we have on this table here. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? 6 of Wands, Leo energy. Murmur. I just heard heart murmur. I feel that that is highlighting what I said here about the heart chakra blockage, right? This energy, the 6 of Wands right here, wants you to lack the confidence and give up. Heart murmur. So it wants you to stay spiritually diseased, so to speak, by this energy of victimization. The other side to this, Taurus, is that when you finally press forward and take this victory that is within your reach, you're going to feel very betrayed. It's going to hurt, Taurus. But I feel that that goes back to what I said at the beginning of the reading about the struggle of repeating the past over again, far outweighing the effort that you put into healing yourself in the here and now. You know, a lot of people stay stuck because they can't bear to know the truth. And again, Taurus, I know this one all too well. Looking back now, it's mind-blowing that I even allowed myself to do that. But when you're wounded at your core like this, healing that wound, pulling that spiritual dent out of you, right? It's is incredibly painful. What do we have at the heart, please? Knight of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy. Bathan, scandal. And now this energy is in the spotlight. I feel like this character here represents this character that we can't see here. Now we see it, right? So this is indicating to me that you heal from this and then you start to see the truth, right? You start to see who the enemies were in your life. You start to see what was holding you back. But it took you getting on the path to healing to be able to do this. You can't see the forest for the trees, which goes back to what I said surrounding perspective, seeing things from a different vantage point. The trees are too high. You need an aerial perspective in order to make your move. And that's what you are able to have by implementing what I mentioned about going into a meditative state and removing yourself from the here and now and looking at your life through the eyes of the universe. You know, when I personally meditate, I found that what's most effective to me is just imagining clear blue sky. And it has a way of draining all the other thoughts out of my mind. It takes a few minutes. It's not easy. Meditation isn't easy. Meditation's difficult. But when I'm able to do this, this is what leads me to be able to have that perspective shift. So I challenge you, Taurus, to give it a try. I feel that it will really work for you. And then we have Kalel, justice, Libra energy right there at the heart. And as we can see here, you're struggling, right? Trying to keep something in balance. You don't even realize that you're the one that is the timekeeper. And now you get the memo, right? You bring the scales into balance. The scales tip in your favor. This is representing justice flooding through for you, but of the spiritual kind. There's a win here, Taurus, but this is all determined by the action you take in the here and now. It's time to focus. It's time to connect to source and get pushing forward. You have a lot waiting for you. And to allow yourself to be held back by this energy any longer is something that you're going to have a difficult time making sense of once you cross the threshold, right? Again, you looking back on this time now going, oh my God, I can't believe I wasn't able to see what was taking place there. What do we have at the throat, please? Knight of Pentacles, Lila Heel, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, the praiseworthy God, light of understanding, acquires knowledge and cures illness. I mean, this just reiterates everything here. This energy about curing illness, right? This spiritual illness, so to speak, that you're preparing to overcome. The victimization, whatever it is, right? This is you now stepping into this new season, this new timeline. And look, here you are, right? Just carefree, footloose and fancy-free. But this requires a very methodical approach from you, Taurus, and it takes some hard work, right? This can also represent you disliking this change that you know needs to be implemented into your life. But you're going to be so happy you did this, Taurus. It's like struggling to go and exercise. You don't want to do it. You keep putting it off. But then you finally do it and you're like, oh my God, I feel like $1,000,000. What came over me that stopped me from wanting to feel as good as I do now? And that just really speaks about life in general, Taurus. It's like we're constantly fighting to stay in alignment, stay in calibration as best as possible. Our whole entire reality is just always trying to knock us out of whack. There's always something coming for us, right? It's like we can never really seemingly get a break. We always are in fight mode. It's like life is war. And a lot of it we can't see because it's taking place in spirit, which makes it that much more difficult, like I said earlier on in the reading, right? With that 9 of Swords, I think. But you do get to a point, Taurus, where you're able to navigate this much easier, right? It's like being out in the middle of the ocean on a surfboard and a ginormous wave is coming towards you. You have 3 options. You can either paddle as fast as you can back to shore. You can plan to try and get over it, or possibly duck dive, which wouldn't be a good idea either. Or you can realize that all of those options are going to fail you. But the one option that you just may get away with is riding the crest of that wave, Taurus. Because this one right here is supported by the divine. They got your back, but you got to want it. Again, you got to take that step forward yourself. What do we have at the third eye, please? Oh, wow. Hanuel, lovers. So we have lovers twice. But these are different polarities. Negative polarity, positive polarity. Demon, angel, okay? So this lovers now, oh, wow. Whenever I get this lovers in a spread like this, it indicates your higher self coming into alignment with you in the here and now, right? It's an energy of calibration. Alignment. So it's like here you are, right? Male or female, it doesn't matter. And then here's your higher self rescuing you. There's this union that's taking place. with you and Source, your higher self, the divine, God. It's like they're trying to airlift you out of this timeline. All the support that you can possibly ever begin to imagine is here for you right now, Taurus, right? I mean, we got that right out at the beginning of the reading. There's the divine coming in with all the help. What do we have the crown to close us out for, Taurus, please? Unbelievable. What a card to follow what I just said. Four of Cups again. So we open the reading with the Four of Cups and we end the reading with the Four of Cups. Cancer energy. Miahel, the god deflecting evil. Healing capacity. Protection from weapons. Safety in travel. Reiterating everything I just said. And these are covering both polarities. So you go from a negative polarity, Four of Cups, to a positive polarity, Four of Cups. And see all these angels, right? They're coming through with these cups, giving you support. But now you've actually taken it. The God deflecting evil. That's indicating the protection that I picked up surrounding this energy here for you. So Taurus, whatever it is, just know that you're not alone here. You have the support of the universe all around you. You just need to take that first step and meet them halfway. Taurus, this is the message I have available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video. And thank you for your donations, Taurus. Take care.